Hey everyone, it's Melinda with Tailored and Teal, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little bit something different to show you than my normal hauls and what sold videos. I have gotten a lot of questions about how I get my crisp white background on my photos, and I wanted to show you my secret. So it's called FotoFuze. Now I am using an iPhone 11. I unfortunately do not know if this works on other iPhones or unfortunately Android, so I apologize to those users, but I downloaded it right from the App Store and it's free. You can, however, see at the bottom where it says FotoFuze Pro, you can pay a little bit each month to get faster fusing and to get more storage, I believe. But honestly, I don't use that much storage. I usually delete them as soon as I'm done with them. So I want to show you a few photos, or a few examples, of photos. So in order to begin, you just click where it says tap this to begin. Where is it? Oh, just kidding. I was in my delete photos option. Okay, so over here to the right, you'll see there's a little camera with a plus sign. You hit that, and then you can either take a photo or you can use your own photos. And up at the top, it does say tip. FotoFuze works best with flat, untextured white or black backgrounds. And you'll see once I pull my pictures up what my background is. I will also note that it does not work well with white items. It usually washes it out or makes it completely white, and that's not what you want. So we're going to click on photos. We're going to go to my YouTube section. All right, so I have a pair of pants, a shirt, a skirt, and some shoes to show you. So we're going to start with the pants, importing photos. Oh, and I would also like to note that I am not technologically savvy. So if something goes wrong or if I can't rotate it another way, I do apologize. It's taken me a while to figure out how to do this so that it'll fit on YouTube. Okay, so down here at the bottom, you'll see there are three options. The first one is an eraser. The second one is a magic marker. And then this one is a regular marker that you can use your finger. I use that one mostly because the magic one, I'll show you, it kind of like fills it in for you. But it's not really doing it now. Well, anyway, it fills it in for you, but sometimes it picks things more than whoa, sorry about that. Sometimes it picks up things that I don't want it to pick up, so we're just going to erase that. Erase, erase, erase. Okay, so I always click the singular highlighter that has no words around it, and I just use my finger and I highlight the item around. Hook up. And my heat is about to kick on, so I apologize if you hear that in the background. And then once you're finished, you hit the little paper airplane that says finish all the way to the bottom right. And here is where you'll see that I cannot rotate this screen, so I do apologize. So while that's fusing, I'm going to go into my next one. And why is it? There we go. Okay. So again, I'm going to use the highlighter function. And just to note that this does run on Wi-Fi. So you do need the internet or it's going to use your cell data to fuse it together. I did all that. I'm going to hit finish and you'll see that this one is complete. So I don't know why it's not rotating. There it is. Okay, so I think it looks fine. I'm going to hit save and it's been saved to my photo gallery. So we're going to go back. That one's still fusing, so we'll go in and we will do a shirt next. It's very annoying that it doesn't rotate. Okay, so again, my background is white. It's just not white enough for my liking. Now, this shirt does have some white in it, so I'm a little interested to see if it actually picks up any of that white and makes it not the way we want it to, or I think it might do okay. All right, so I highlighted it, gonna hit finish. Oh, look, our other pair of pants are done, and you'll see it says new. So I know that that's one pair that I haven't actually touched or saved, I mean. So I'm gonna save that. We'll go back. That top's still fusing. So we're gonna go to the back of the top and we're going to highlight this all around. Reminds me of Bob Ross. Happy little trees, happy little shirts. All right, hit finish, and look, you'll see that that shirt says, oh, look at that, I rotated it. It says new, so we're gonna hit new. We're gonna save it to our photo gallery. It's annoying that it goes back though. And then, oh, look, it downloaded, perfect. So we're gonna hit the back, we're gonna save that. Then we'll do the skirt. Again, with the singular highlighter. I love this skirt. It's very summery. I'm listing it in the wrong season. All right, finish. We'll go do the back. Here we go. Kind of funny, the yellow kind of blends in with the skirt itself. And this one's done, so we'll save it. Now, I do have a lighting kit, but it doesn't get my items as white as I would want it. I actually even painted my back wall, or my wall white, to see if that would help. No, it didn't help. So I use this app as an alternative. It does take a while. It can be a little time consuming, but I really enjoy the look of it afterwards. So, oh, we got to do the shoes too. One more thing. Now, I use two white like poster boards that I got from Walmart to get my white background. And we're just going to highlight, outline all of these, and looks good. We're going to finish. Then we will do the back. Now for the shoes, I do like six photos of the sides, the backs, the bottoms, but I only picked two to show you as an example, 2 pictures. Shoes do take quite a bit more because you'll see why. But like I said, the outcome is just much better in my opinion. All right, so look how much better that looks. There are some lines in the background that I'm gonna have to edit out, which I will show you how I do that. I apologize for the toggling back and forth. I know it's annoying to me too, but haven't figured out how to get it to stay. Oh, you know what? I could probably lock my screen. Let's try that. Screen lock. Oh, nope, it locked it the wrong way. Okay. Well, then we're going to come back this way. All right, thanks for hanging in with me, guys and ladies. All right, so then we're going to go to my app called Snapseed. This is also free. You'll see I've already edited some photos. So in order to start editing these, you just hit open up at the top left. I'm going to open from device. I'm going to go to my photo album. Oh, just kidding. I saved them in my personal. So we'll start with the pants first. So you'll see nice white background. However, it leaves the shadows on the side. And it leaves shadows in between the legs. And I really am OCD and I don't like that. So we are going to click the little pencil over here all the way to the right. That gives you your options. Then I'm going to hit the brush feature. I'm going to click the EV or exposure button. And I'm going to click it all the way up to 1. Then in order to drag around or zoom in, you do need to use two fingers. And then in order to draw, you just used 1 finger. And see how that's going away? Now, if you want to see what you just did, you can hit the little eyeball down here, and it'll show you exactly what you just got rid of, However, I find it distracting while I'm doing it, so I turn it off. However, say for example, oops, I accidentally went over. You can turn the eyeball feature on. You can go down to the eraser function and just erase it, and it's gone. Just make sure you put your exposure back up. And down here. Then we're gonna go in between the legs. I don't know if this does make me OCD or if I just am really picky. I don't do this to every single photo. I really only do this to my front and back shots. Or if something else is really, has like a dingy background, I'll do it. And I'll do this in advance so that I can just edit them, and then I'll plug them into a draft, and then they're ready to go for me later. Whoops. All right. Almost done. Get the bottom here. And I chose this pair of pants, because they're black. And I want to show you, even though it's black, sometimes you can't see all the details. All right, so you will see what I did, and I think it looks great. So I'm going to hit the little check mark over on the right, and that will save your progress for you. Now, it's black, so I want to brighten it up a little bit. So I'm going to hit selective, and this brings up the B tool, which is for brightness. And I'm just going to brighten it up. Okay, that's too bright, but this looks about good. I'm just going to go around, brighten it up so we can see the details. Perfect. Looks good to me. Still a little dark, but that's okay. People can zoom in. And then in order to save your item, you want to click the little arrow with the box with the arrow up over to the right. And then you save it. And yes, I want it to modify. And then that'll save our progress. And then we can move on. All right, I'm not going to do the back of the pants because I showed you a good example of the front. So next we'll move on to our J. Crew shirt. You'll see it did great, but there's still some shadows up around the collar. So again, we will hit the little pencil over here. We will hit the brush. We're going to do exposure. Hike it all the way up to 1, and then we're going to just use our finger, one finger, to get rid of all that dinginess. I used to not care about the lines in the back or the shadows in the back, but I just got so used to going into Snapseed to either brighten up the picture or adjust something else that I just come in here and whoa. Now, if that happens, if for some reason it got away from you, I always turn on the eyeball button to make sure that I didn't get anything in the shirt, which I didn't, thank goodness. Okay. Now, if you didn't want to go through FotoFuze, you could also just white out the whole background this way. However, that's way more time consuming. I used to do that actually, but then I found FotoFuze, I think through Instagram. I'm not sure who I can give credit for, but it was definitely a game changer. All right, looks good. I'm going to save it. I will not do the back since I already showed you a good example of the front. And then, so here's our skirt. So I have a lighting kit that has 2 umbrellas. There was a third that didn't have an umbrella attached, but it was like a small, short light, and that broke quickly after I got the lighting kit. So you'll see down here how it casts a lot of shadows because I don't have that light at the bottom. So I need to get those shadows out. Pencil, whoops. Well, we can do selective while we're here. I need to brighten up the bottom because if you can tell, the bottom's a little bit darker. So I'm going to adjust the brightness. And I just slide my finger over to the right. I'm going to adjust the brightness here. Looks good. And perfect. Save it. Then we're going to go back in and brush out those dark parts on the side. Now, the only time that I will go in and do anything up in the hanger area is if I have a shirt with a neckline that shows the hanger, because sometimes it does have a lot of shadows down there too. Did I just go in? I did a little bit. All right, so we'll erase that. Perfect. Whoops. Forgot to put my exposure back on. And you can zoom in pretty far, which is nice, in order to get all of those nooks and crannies. This is funky over here. There we go. Now, I am not altering the garment in any way in terms of editing out flaws or anything like that. I do notate all of my flaws in my listings. I'm just making it a better aesthetically pleasing item to look at, I think anyway. I will adjust the brightness, but that's only because of the dinginess that it looks, or the shadows that my lighting kit casts. Right, and then I'm going to turn on the eyeball, make sure everything looks good, make sure it doesn't look like I really went in the lines or over the lines, which I didn't. So it looks great. Okay, we're gonna save it. And then shoes. So these are hard. Not hard, but they involve a lot more. So as you can tell, my seams from my poster boards are showing there, back there, and there's a large shadow up front here. So I'm going to fix all of that with the brush tool. If anyone has any tips on anything different that they do with the Snapseed app, let me know, because there are a ton of buttons and I really only use like 2 or 3. I use it to rotate. I use it to brush. I use it to crop sometimes if I need to. All right, and I did go over the lines a little bit on there, so we're just gonna make that look a little bit better. Yes, iPhone, I haven't been backed up in weeks, I know. Oh, I just totally erased that by accident. All right, put that there, looks good. Now we'll go, oh look, you can see my lighting kit. I have an umbrella lighting kit. I've contemplated doing a large light box so that I don't have to do this. However, I have looked at photos of other people's that have light boxes, and I'm very OCD, and I'm not sure that I would like the finished product of it. Now, I'm sure if I was doing like, 1,000 listings a week or something very heavily intensive, I would want to get something like that so I wouldn't have to edit all the time. But I only list about 25 to 30 items per week. So this, for me, is good enough. So you'll see I totally whited out those, there we go, those creases so you can't see them in the back. Perfect. I am going to go back in and do this down here. Wonderful. Now I want to brighten these up because they're a little bit shadowy down at the bottom. These are a dark maroon, like wine color. So we don't want to move it too far, but just to brighten it up just a little bit. Beautiful. We're going to save it. And then I'll show you the back, because the back isn't always perfect. So you'll see how FotoFuze did a good job, but it needs some fixing up. So we're going to use the brush tool again. Exposure. First, we need to get rid of this crease back here. That looks fine. No crease on that side. And then I need to fix up whatever this shadowy part thing is down here. And then I even come down to the heel, fix that up. We'll go over and do the other heel. You know what? Is that other part of the shoe? No, that's fine. Okay. So then here, I'm going to, it's kind of hard to tell what's the shoe and what's not. So I think I'm just going to cut in here where I definitely know that it's the poster board. I know this is definitely the poster board. So you will have to do this with several coats, just like nail polish. All right, so that looks good. We're gonna hit the little click or the check mark button, but now we need to go in and do it again. So exposure again. I'm gonna just get rid of this. Perfect, that's gone. And then we come back in, get rid of these shadows. I typically have to do this 2 or 3 times in order to get all of this shadowing out. Okay, over here. What is that? Okay, so then click the check mark button, and we might be able to get away with doing it just one more time. So this over here looks good, but I do need this to be a little bit whiter. Here we go, that looks good. Blend this in. That looks better. Kind of blends in with the whiteness that FotoFuze created, which I love. And then over here, perfect. Oh, I need to fix this heel down here. Good. All right, so then I am gonna go in and brighten up the back a little bit. So we put our brightness tool there, brighten that. We're gonna come over here and brighten that. Wonderful. Make sure that we hit save. And that is how I use FotoFuze and Snapseed to edit my photos. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 items that I can list, you know, within the, 15 to 20 minutes that I've been doing this. They look crisp, they look clean, and it makes me feel good about my customers having a good experience looking at my photos. Everything's clear, and they can see if there are any flaws or anything. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions, I am definitely open to answering all of them as best as I can. You can either contact me on here, or you can contact me at Tailored and Teal on Instagram, and I would love to hear from you. All right, thank you so much. Make sure to give make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe because I will be putting out more videos like this that are useful for editing photos and whatnot. All right, thank you so much. Bye.